Yes. I mean, obviously it depends on what water you're buying. Beer is really, really cheap here. For an average beer in Prague, it's gonna run you less than $2 US.
There are farmers markets in Prague. Prague is plentiful in that aspect. In the grocery stores and in these farmers market, there's tons of amazing produce. If you have any dietary restrictions, that shouldn't hold you back because there are so many options in the city.
Don't stress about it too much. The thing is that they will help. If you show up and do what you gotta do, they will give you the tools and resources necessary to be able to finish what you need to do.
I'd say the top one I'd recommend is Karlovy Vary. It's absolutely incredible, and it has a very different feel from Prague, which is nice. In the summer, they have a huge film festival, and the city just comes alive. There's also a lot of natural city weekend breaks that you can do from Czech Republic. Up in the north, near Poland, you have Śnieżka. I would also recommend, obviously, Český Krumlov. You've got Vienna, 3 hours away, Bratislava. You've got Dresden in the north. You've got Krakow, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Munich, that are all really easy to get to in Germany as well. And then of course you can get really cheap flights out of Prague. I've done weekends in Copenhagen, London, Italy, Slovenia, Slovakia. Yeah, we've got lots of options.
All my friends at the Language House, of course. Not only those in the Language House, I teach a lot of one-on-one lessons, and I think that's a great way to get plugged in because you can really meet locals and you can talk to them in English and share stories and laughter and knowledge with each other. And I think just by teaching them English, we've become more than teacher and student, we've become friends.
I got really big into the music community here, so I teach English in the days and I play music at bars at night. I'm a drummer, and so I am in 3 bands, and I've done everything from doing acting in short films, doing some shoots. Basically, Prague, anything is possible.
I would have to say rent, which isn't bad at all. It's probably $300 to $400 a month. Once you start making money, you don't have to worry about it because a lot of your expenses will be paid for.
What you do is you can go in without an appointment, actually sign in, tell them what you need, give them your insurance card, and you can go in and you can get attention as well as prescriptions, whatever you need to fix the problem, and it's all completely covered by your insurance.
You can bring an animal. Prague is a very pet-friendly city. There are some steps that you do need to take if you want to bring your cat or dog. I brought my cat with me, and it was definitely a process. But if you're a cat lover or dog lover like me, then 100% it's worth it. And if you plan ahead of time, it's really not that big of a pain.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone was helpful. Everyone really got me involved, got me going. The course was great for teaching and for meeting people.
I would recommend going through a real estate agent because you know that the place is safe and they're not going to rip you off, and the landlords are really nice. And they will sign your form for the visa.
Basically, to sign up to register for your taxes, once you have your visa and your Živnostenský list, you're going to get a letter in the mail that has your ID number that's connected to the state taxes. And it also will have the bank account number and the variable symbols for you. Once you have that, it'll also have the price that you need to pay every month. It's about $100 US a month.
No, I don't think you're going to be at a disadvantage if you don't have past teaching experience. You might not have been a teacher at a school, but if you've trained somebody at your work, or if you have a little brother or sister, that teaching is kind of innate inside of you, and the Language House really brings that out. They prepare you so hard that once you go into a job after leaving the Language House, it feels a bit easier and it feels like you can do it. So that's one thing I loved about the Language House, is they really do prepare you for potential jobs and what's to come after.
I would say take YLT. My philosophy is, the wider scope your skills and your certifications are, the more employable you are, the more people you'll meet. I didn't know that I was going to be teaching kids, and I took it, and now I do teach kids. So it's always prepare for like the widest range of possibilities, because opportunity comes out of nowhere here. It's great.
Honestly, I would recommend not staying in the bubble of the Language House. I would pop out and then pop back in. If you do a lot of private lessons, like one-on-one conversational lessons, that's where I have my Czech network, and that's where I have made a lot of my friends. And it's really not that difficult to make Czech friends. Czech people are very, very nice and kind. It just takes them a little bit to warm up to you.
It gave me a sense of pride and a sense of ownership in my own life, and it has helped me make connections elsewhere that I thought that I wouldn't make from before. It's impacted my life in a really positive way. I think since being here, I mean, it's only been a couple of months, but I can feel myself growing and stepping outside of my comfort zone, and that's so beneficial to myself that I don't think I would have gotten had I just stayed put.
Honestly, anyone in the Language House, especially the observers, everyone has some kind of special skill, or maybe some kind of area that they specialize in. Let's say Westergaard is like, oh, you should probably go talk to Adrian or Patrice about this, because it's one thing that they're more aware about than I am. So even within the course, it's very diverse of how many people have different skills.
There are so many dogs here in the Czech Republic, and they are very, very well trained. If you go into a cafe, there's dogs in there. You can go anywhere in the Czech Republic, and there will always be a well-trained dog.
Graduates can find jobs directly after the course if they want. I graduated in December. I was in the November course, graduated in December, and it was kind of the Christmas time, the New Year's cheer was going on, and so I know myself included, as well as my fellow classmates, it took us a while to kind of get into the grooves. But if you're in money-making mode, I mean, you can easily find jobs and one-on-one lessons. There's jobs in every single corner, every single website. You can find them, especially with a degree from the Language House. It's a really reputable place and company and certification. And so once you have that, there's really no stopping you from getting any job whenever you want, truly.